Learn Hindi for work. Activity to evaluation with.
गतिविधि,
And.
मूल्यांकन.
Welcome to the office circus. Hey, you are about to learn useful Hindi without sounding like a robot reading a spreadsheet. Today, work vocabulary gets a story, a smile, and a fighting chance of staying in your brain. Picture this. It is your first day at an office where even the coffee machine seems overqualified. The manager claps dramatically and says, "Welcome." Your first word is activity, which in Hindi is.
गतिविधि,
Quote. Everyone nods as if this explains why 3 people are speed walking with clipboards. Then you receive a task, or.
कार्य,
It is small, harmless, and probably not explosive. Probably. Next, someone points at a color-coded chart and says, "This is your area of responsibility, your."
जिम्मेदारी का क्षेत्र.
That sounds important, and suddenly you stand taller, even if your real job is just protecting the office biscuits. Your mission, should you choose coffee. Let's make the words stick by dropping you into a silly workplace mission. Just listen, imagine, and repeat the Hindi when you hear it. At 9 o'clock, the morning.
गतिविधि,
Begins. People call it a team-building exercise. You call it competitive note-taking with snacks. Your boss hands you one.
कार्य,
Carry a file to room B without getting trapped in a meeting about meetings. On the door is a shiny sign.
जिम्मेदारी का क्षेत्र.
This means area of responsibility. In other words, if something goes wrong here, people look at you politely but intensely. Before entering, you ask about the current state, the
स्थिति,
of the project. Is it calm? Is it chaos? Is it both? Office life says yes. A senior colleague whispers, "Follow the."
विधि,
That is the procedure. Never ignore the procedure, especially when the printer already sounds emotionally unstable. Then you learn the full process, the.
अवलोकन.
Step 1. Open file. Step 2. Understand file. Step 3. Pretend you understood file much earlier. At the end comes the result, the.
परिणाम,
Did the file arrive? Did the project survive? Did anyone spill tea on page 4? Finally comes evaluation, or.
मूल्यांकन.
This is the formal moment when someone decides whether your brave file-carrying performance deserves praise, feedback, or a stronger stapler. Mini word workshop. Now you will hear each word clearly with a quick meaning. This is your neat little toolbox section. Activity is.
गतिविधि,
Think of something happening, moving, or being organized. Task is.
कार्य,
Think of one specific thing you need to do. Area of responsibility is.
जिम्मेदारी का क्षेत्र.
Think of the zone where you are the responsible hero. State is.
स्थिति,
Think of the current condition or status. Procedure is.
विधि,
Think of the correct method or official steps. Process is.
अवलोकन.
Think of the whole sequence from start to finish. Result is.
परिणाम,
Think of the final outcome. Evaluation is.
मूल्यांकन.
Think of judging quality, performance, or value. A dramatic office dialogue. Time for a short scene. You listen, enjoy, and steal the vocabulary like a very polite language ninja. Manager. What is today's main?
गतिविधि,
You. Surviving the Monday energy, sir. Also, organizing files. Manager. Good. You're first.
कार्य,
Is simple. You. Whenever a boss says simple, I become spiritually alert. Manager. This issue is in your.
जिम्मेदारी का क्षेत्र.
You. Excellent. I always wanted a kingdom. I did not expect it to contain invoices. Manager. What is the current?
स्थिति,
Of the report? You. Alive but confused. Manager. Then follow the correct.
विधि,
You. Ah yes, the sacred office scroll of procedure. Manager. And do not skip the.
अवलोकन.
You. Meaning the full process, not my usual strategy of hopeful improvisation? Manager. Exactly. You. Then the.
परिणाम,
Should be good. Manager. We will see after the final.
मूल्यांकन.
You. Suddenly I miss the coffee machine. It judged me less. Quick recall challenge. Your turn. Answer in your head, or out loud if nobody is nearby, or if you enjoy confusing strangers. What is the Hindi word for activity?
गतिविधि,
What is the Hindi word for task?
कार्य,
How do you say area of responsibility?
जिम्मेदारी का क्षेत्र,
What is the Hindi word for state?
स्थिति,
How do you say procedure?
विधि,
What is the Hindi word for process?
अवलोकन,
How do you say result?
परिणाम,
What is the Hindi word for evaluation?
मूल्यांकन,
Memory tricks that are weird enough to work. Let's make the words sticky with playful images. The stranger the picture, the happier your memory tends to be. 4.
गतिविधि,
Imagine a classroom where every chair is dancing. That is not furniture rebellion. That is activity. 4.
कार्य,
Imagine one glowing item on your to-do list wearing a tiny crown and demanding attention. That single royal duty is your task. 4.
जिम्मेदारी का क्षेत्र,
Picture a bright circle around your desk. Inside it, you are captain. Outside it, you are just a curious tourist. 4.
स्थिति,
Imagine a machine holding up a sign, good, bad, sleepy, dramatic. That sign shows its state. 4.
विधि,
See a staircase labeled Step 1, Step 2, Step 3. That is procedure. 4.
अवलोकन,
Imagine a long conveyor belt moving work from beginning to end. That whole flowing chain is the process. 4.
परिणाम,
Picture an exam envelope opening in slow motion while drums roll. That final reveal is the result. 4.
मूल्यांकन,
Imagine a teacher with giant glasses, checking your work with wisdom, fairness, and maybe slightly scary handwriting. That is evaluation. Friendly conclusion. Nice work. You just learned a solid set of Hindi work and study words, and you did it without dying of boredom, which is already an excellent.
परिणाम,
Thank you for learning with me. Keep practicing.
गतिविधि, कार्य, जिम्मेदारी का क्षेत्र, स्थिति, विधि, अवलोकन, परिणाम,
And,
मूल्यांकन,
out loud. Repeat them tomorrow, use them in your own sentences, and let your Hindi grow one cheerful step at a time.